Obsessed with sounds on the track.
It's Tuesday Hoops. Up next, he makes a strong case for quickest player in the league. Aaron Brooks and the Houston Rockets go up against the New Jersey Nets and their blur of a point guard, Devin Harris. Houston, New Jersey. Up next.
The Rockets are road tripping into this interconference contest. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg, our analyst. We're proud to bring you the NBA here on 2K Sports. And the Houston starting five. Brooks and Martin manning the backcourt. Luis Scola at the power forward, and Big Yao Ming in the middle, and Battier. And for the Nets, Anthony Morrow and Travis Outlaw on the wings. Brook Lopez is out there with Murphy and Harris. Well, it's pretty clear, Clark, that the New Jersey Nets are a team in transition.
Well, you take a look at new ownership, Kevin, a new coach, a new building, a new arena in Newark, another one being built for them in Brooklyn. So it seems like brighter days are definitely on the horizon for this beleaguered franchise.
Harris with it. Brooks covering. Harris kicks to Murphy. He dumps it off. Outlaw. Here's Morrow. Nails the easy jumper. Here's Houston now. Battier with it. Here's Scola. Lopez grabs the board. And for the Nets, Clark, a top draft pick, some intriguing free agent acquisitions, and a young, unproven roster of returning players. How exactly do you think all this is going to play out?
I don't have a crystal ball, Kevin. It certainly looks as though things are moving in a positive direction. Now, what transpires between the lines remains to be seen.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, the Rockets targeted Patrick Patterson all along in this year's draft. They cheered when they knew he'd be available at the 14th pick. Patterson described his game saying, "I'm a versatile four-man who can face up, extend his game to the perimeter, score around the rim, and just do whatever is asked of me." Guys, the Rockets felt like he was a perfect fit.
They're happy to have him. Thanks, Doris. And here are the Nets now. Yao has had to deal with injuries in the past, but missing last year must have really been hard for him, Clark.
Hey, nobody likes to miss an entire year, Kevin, especially if they are the face of the franchise and really the face of a nation in the NBA. And he's a terrific low-post player, is Yao Ming.
He's a very proud person,
He
too.
sure is. That's a great point.
New Jersey on D. 4-point game. Goes up, and he jams it in beautifully.
That's right, fella. Don't be afraid to power it down.
Yeah, Clark, a good capper at the end of that play. Pass to Lopez. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. Some analysts felt that Brook Lopez, Clark, should have been Rookie of the Year back in 08-09.
Well, he certainly kept improving on a strong rookie season last year in his second season. He's a cornerstone and a key building block going forward for the young Nets.
The first one falls, and New Jersey making some changes. Favors comes in for Troy Murphy, and Quentin Ross subbed in for Anthony Morrow. Houston also making some changes. Brad Miller, he's checked in for Yao. And it's Patterson in for Luis Scola. And he makes both free throws. Clark Lopez, really an impact big man at both ends of the floor.
You know, he's 5th last season in offensive rebounds, Kevin. That's an impressive stat. He was in the top 10 in blocks and scored almost 19 a game.
Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Avery Johnson.
He got right to the point and told me they'll need to play a balanced inside-out game to negate some of their shot-blocking skills. He insisted that if you just try to pound it inside on them, they will hurt you without question, guys.
Thank you, Doris.
It's really a mindset, Kevin. You want to get into your defensive groove and find a way to stay there for the full game.
Last season, after spending all his career to that point there, Kevin Martin moved on from Sacramento to Houston.
Yeah, and Kevin, it was a down year for him overall, just by a fraction, though. But he seemed to pick things up after he recovered from his injuries in Houston. When he's healthy, he's one of the dynamic scorers in the league.
First one falls for him. The Nets making a switch here. Petro's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And if you look at Martin's career numbers and how he can fill it up, Houston might have gotten a real nice compliment for Yao in that trade.
I certainly think so. I'm anxious to see what a healthy Kevin Martin and Yao Ming can look like as a twosome.
That's good.
Good pick there to set up the layup. That's textbook offensive execution.
Here is Brooks. 1:23 left in the first. It's stolen by Harris. Pulls up. No good. Nice D from Brooks. So it's Houston now. They trail by 3. Kevin Martin on the wing. The 3 ball. The shot no good. And the Nets now go the other way. Ross. He's guarded by Battier.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it.
Caps the break with the nasty stuff.
Great D leads to easy offense.
Here is Harris. Brooks covering. Harris against Brooks. Here is Brooks. It's a 3-point game. Devin Harris covering. To the paint, Patterson. Covered by Outlaw. Patterson can't get it to go.
He tried to add a little flavor to that one. Maybe was thinking about the highlight reel, but then he missed the shot.
Miller with the double team. Chipped.
I think this quarter particularly, we're seeing them having trouble keeping possession of the ball. Far, far too many turnovers right now. Nice anticipation right there to snatch that one.
A high-scoring game here right out of the gates. It's the Nets. They lead by 3.
They haven't been shy at all. They're going right to the bucket and playing aggressive, hard-nosed basketball. Smash-mouth basketball. So far, their physicality has been the deciding factor.
Don't go away. Back in just a moment. And it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. Here's Lee. They've got Terrence Williams. Farmar is out there with Anthony Morrow. Then it's Brook Lopez and Murphy. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Farmar. They lead by 1. Clark, you think about this Rockets team. They work to play a more up-tempo style without Yao last year, and with their smaller front court, they really emphasize running out for layups and corner threes.
And without the big guy in the lineup, that team had to make adjustments, and to their credit, they did, and did so effectively.
New Jersey trailing. Lopez dishes to Williams. Back to Lopez. And here's Houston. Lowry kicks to Martin. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Martin's got 5 points so far. Oh, look here at Lowry, just a scrapper of a point guard out of Villanova.
Yeah, he's tough, he's physical, he's athletic. He's a pit bull-like defender, and he's a pretty good rebounder for his size, too.
Let's swing it over to Doris Burke.
Well, Avery Johnson, the new head coach of the New Jersey Nets. The Nets, of course, had the worst record in the league last season, but Johnson remains optimistic for this team's future. He said, "We've got a lot of work ahead of us, but the sky's the limit. We have to get rid of the losing stench and losing mentality. I don't think it's about being overly optimistic. It's about having a positive outlook. Guys, we'll see how quickly they can turn things around here in the Garden State."
All right, thank you, Doris. The Rockets have a nice tandem there with Lowry and Brooks at the point.
Yeah, and they just stole him basically from the Grizzlies in that trade, Kevin. A great addition to the Rockets. I mean, you always want toughness off the bench.
Now Lowry, after Troy Murphy's three-pointer that didn't go. Outside Lowry. Lee. Here's Martin. And it's Martin again missing.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
To stop the drought, Williams, that's good.
And there he goes. He didn't get a 3 in the first, but starting to look for it here.
Courtney Lee is on the wing, takes it up. Williams grabs the defensive rebound. Now Farmar. Morrow, covered by Martin. The kick out to Williams.
That was an ugly possession. They were out of sync completely, and the ball just sailed out of bounds.
So for the Nets, Travis Outlaw's checked in for Williams. And Devin Harris subbed in for Jordan Farmar. And then for Houston, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Martin. Battier comes in for Courtney Lee. And it's Brooks in for Kyle Lowry. Here is Brooks, still looking to get on the scoreboard. The Rockets again can't hit.
When you settle for that kind of shot, that's a wasted possession. That is not a high percentage look.
Battier against Harris. Over Batiste. And the basket by Harris. Harris has got 8 points. Here's Brooks. 51 seconds left in the second.
Looks like they switched to man-to-man, D, here.
From deep. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. So it's New Jersey now. Murphy against Scola. Knocks it loose.
When someone's being that careless and sloppy with the ball, they're begging for it to be taken.
Again, the miss by Brooks. The Nets with a chance to retake the lead. Morrow, guarded by Scola. Morrow kept alive. Pass to Harris. From deep. Can't hit.
The little man made the big rebound. What a play.
And that'll do it for the first half. Game time.
Looking at the game for Harris, he has 8 points, and he's chipped in defensively with the steal as well.
Back in just a bit here in New Jersey.
Well, it's time for our HP halftime report. Welcome, basketball fans. I'm Damon Bruce. The Nets are making every effort to win it. They're scoring with confidence, shooting with an excellent percentage. They've gotten some great minutes out of Devin Harris. He knows they don't have much shot blocking ability. That's why he's playing rack-to-rack basketball. And not to be outdone, the Rockets also giving it their all. Some great activity defensively, pressuring the ball, coming up with a number of key steals. Yao playing impressively so far. He ended up with a few points, also helped out with a pair of rebounds. Some great basketball in today's action from these two as they've led the way in scoring for their teams. And that's it for now. We'll send you back out to the second half. Thanks so much for watching the HP Halftime Report.
Well, it's been a tight game as we enter the second half. Both teams going at it. Here is Brooks. Not on the scoreboard yet. Well, we all know about the Nets' struggles last year. Only 8 wins at home for them during the season.
Yeah, and Kevin, for a while, they flirted with the NBA record for fewest wins in a season of 9 back in 72-73 by the 76ers. So they were historically bad.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Luis Scola at the power forward and Big Yao Ming in the middle. Brooks and Martin manning the backcourt. And Battier. And here's Brooks from outside. Gets it to go. And the Rockets lead by 3. But with the Nets' home troubles, there is truly a silver lining with the brand new arena.
Well, that's on the horizon, but I don't know of any building that gets you wins if you don't have the players that can produce in that new building.
True.
But they've got some people that they can rely on, particularly in Brook Lopez. He's a dominant low-post scorer.
And Devin Harris.
Yeah, nice point guard as well.
Now here's Scola. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Well, the bad shooting continues for them to start this half.
Here's Morrow. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
After such a breakout year for Harris in 09, he really struggled last season, and he seemed to revert a bit in his play.
Yeah, he did, but injuries were a part of that, Kevin. You can never discount what injuries do to a player. I mean, it takes away practice time, repetitions, conditioning, and it has a negative impact.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Quentin Ross is checked in for the Nets. Brad Miller, he's checked in for the Rockets. Miller against Lopez. Here's Ross. Trains it for three. Clark back to Harris. Another part of his struggles last year was his shooting from the floor.
And that's been a bad trend for him ever since he came to New Jersey. Part of it may be the players he's playing with, as well as the injuries he suffered recently. The shooting woes continue here. 1 of 5.
It's
Just
2-on-1. Now Lopez. Here's Outlaw. Some solid defense from Battier. Looking back, Clark, the Nets last year, the one position where they were most consistently outperformed was probably at power forward.
Yeah, it really was, Kevin. They just did not get consistent play there. They had Chris Humphries try to man that spot, Yi Jian-Lian and Josh Boone, and just never really found anybody with a comfort level at that position.
And that one misses.
Devin Harris just hasn't slowed down. He has 8 points, and his 2 steals round out those numbers nicely.
The Rockets making a switch here. He hits the second from the line. But with Derek Favors, the Nets have potentially given their front court a huge boost.
I agree there. Favors is big. He's tremendously athletic. He's young. And I think he's got a nice offensive skill package too, Kevin.
Yeah, good.
When he gets it going like this, you got to double team it. That's your only hope.
The Nets with the lead. Petro. He's covered by Yao. Favors with the ball. 2 on the clock. They rule this one goaltending. Count the shot.
Speed is only part of the equation here. He's not blinding quick, but he was determined to take that one to the rim.
Here is Brooks. We'll see what the coach has drawn up. Will they opt for the quick shot? Devin Harris covering. Brooks misses.
I'm sure he'd like to have a do-over here. He just hasn't been able to make a significant contribution in this one.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Morrow. Brooks covering. Here's Morrow. Connects from 13 feet out. He has 6.
It's always a pleasure to watch a great shooter go to work. Give him a little elbow room, and it's automatic.
And the third quarter is over, and a good finish looks to be in store for all of us. What can you say? Devin Harris, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, he continues to make an impact on the defensive end, Kevin. He's made some key steals.
Nets lead by 5. As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Hey, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. It's the Nets picking up the Sprite Spark for that stretch they put together. They came out of halftime chomping at the bit, made their run in the third, and are staying with it, guys.
Great, Doris. That big scoring run being a difference maker, Clark, in this game.
Well, it often comes in spurts, Kevin. Spurtability is what I call it, and that's what happened today.
Here's Farmar. And Derek Favors are the forwards. Anthony Morrow out there with Farmar and Williams. So that's the Nets 5. Covered by Martin. Just 5 to shoot. 2 on the clock. Farmar with the bucket. And the Nets lead by 7.
You don't have to worry about him leading the team in scoring, but he will find ways to get involved on the offensive end.
Outside Lowry. Bullseye! Lowry's got his first 2 points. Nets leading by 5. Favors backs him down. And they call goaltending. They'll give him the bucket. Here's Lowry. Farmar takes it away. No good. Excellent D there for Scola. And here is Yao. Rebound by Brook Lopez.
So far today, they're showing a little more effort and hustle. They've got a small advantage on the glass right now.
A baseline J. Jump shot is good that time. Here is Lowry. 2:27 left in the fourth. Timeout called the Rockets. They're losing by 9. 2:25 left in the game. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Well, Rick Adelman had some advice for his team over that last break. He was clearly fuming. He told them, "You guys look like you're sleepwalking out there." He said, "I don't know if you rolled out of the wrong side of the bed this morning or what, but we've got to step up and wake up. Guys?"
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Troy Murphy. He's checked in for Favors. Ross comes in for Anthony Morrow. Devin Harris subbed in for Jordan Farmar. And the Rockets making a change here. Here's Martin.
The defense hasn't let him get too many clean looks in this game. He's having trouble getting it done at the offensive end here, and I think you've got to credit the defense.
Here's Harris. Can't extend the lead to double digits.
He's usually automatic from that close. The defense must have affected him.
Martin with the bucket.
He's been getting after it offensively, but they're still trailing here. One guy can only do so much.
Outside Williams. Back to Harris. Got a hand on it. Lays out. It stays here. Here's Harris. Off the inbound pass. Kept alive. A second chance effort. Murphy can't hit.
Well, Kevin, they need to crash the boards effectively here.
Here's Miller. Goes up. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Now a timeout called by New Jersey. They're up by 5. 1:26 left in the fourth. Travis Outlaw's checked in for New Jersey. Morrow comes in for Quentin Ross. Houston also making some changes. Yao, he's checked in for Miller. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Brooks in for Kyle Lowry. Harris outside. Five on the clock. A second left. And again, no good by New Jersey.
He's not giving an inch on defense. He really bothered that shot.
Less than 1 minute left. Right side, Martin. And it's Martin again missing.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
Here's Battier. It's hauled in by Harris. The Nets with an excellent chance to put the nail in the coffin. And so they will intentionally foul him. Here's Harris. Sinks the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Perfect from the line, and it's a 7-point ball game.
Clutch free throws there. He drained them all to raise the lead.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're down by 7. 28 seconds left in the game. So here's Scola. From deep, Brooks. Lopez grabs the board.
You have to question his shot selection, Kevin. Poor shots equal bricks and misses.
Knocks it down from the elbow. Lopez has got his second basket of the game.
Way to close out an opponent. Kevin, I think we're done here.
Back to Brooks. Fades back. Again, the miss by Brooks.
The defender's height advantage really forced a tough shot, a difficult shot. Tried to fade it over the top, but no dice.
And so it's New Jersey with the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Devin Harris.